Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, March the 14th. We have a registered dietitian with us today, Jennifer Bean. Good to have you here, Jennifer.
It's good to be here. I've missed you.
Well, we miss having you here too. March is National Nutrition Month, right?
It is.
And you wanted to talk a little bit about the role of a dietitian in our life. And if you do need a dietitian, how do you find one?
Absolutely. So dietitians are the only nutrition experts that you can count on that are credentialed. Anybody can call themselves a nutritionist, but a dietitian has gone through a rigorous accredited academic program, as well as over 1,000 hours of internship, and then sat for and passed a national registration exam.
Okay, so that you can be called a registered dietitian then.
If you've done all of those things, absolutely.
When would a person need to seek out the help of a registered dietitian?
Most people, the top reasons people seek out a dietitian is either for their own health or the health of someone they're caring for. So for their own health, most of our common chronic diseases, hypertension, so high blood pressure, having high cholesterol, diabetes, these are all well treated with diet and behavior changes, lifestyle and behavior changes. So that's something that a dietitian is well trained to do, not just the science of what foods to choose and why for those nutrients, but also what will work for you as a person.
Would a doctor normally suggest to the patient that they seek a dietitian?
That will depend on the physician and the relationship with their patient. Many physicians now, they just have too much to manage to be the head of the nutrition department as well as the head of the healthcare management department for a person.
Yeah.
So that's why they would then refer to a dietitian. And that's what's great is that dietitians are also typically covered by insurance, be like a copay.
Okay, but for insurance to pay for a dietitian, does the doctor have to sign off on that, or can a person just say, I want a registered dietitian and charge it to the insurance company?
That would depend on your insurance and the rules around your insurance, as if you need a referral or not. But many dietitians, there are even dietitians in private practice that if you just wanted to pay out of pocket, you could go to any time.
Okay, so how do you find a registered dietitian?
Well, the easiest way is actually to go to eatright.org, which is the national website for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, which you can see on the screen there. And in the top corner, you see where it says Find a Nutrition Expert, that red button. So when you click on that, you can enter and scroll down a little bit. You can enter your zip code there. So this works for anywhere in the United States.
Okay.
So let's say you're wanting to find a dietitian for someone that you care about in a different state. You know, the zip code, you can
Put
find
in their
it.
zip code.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then you can refine even further based on specialty, because many dietitians have specialties that they serve. So weight management, diabetes educator, or disordered eating, those sorts of things.
Okay.
So this can also filter that way.
So you start out with eatright.org.
Yep.
And then click on Find a Dietitian.
That's right.
Put in your zip code, and you're off and running.
Away.
All right,
Absolutely.
So, Jennifer, thank you so much for coming
Thank you for
by.
having me.
Okay, happy spring to you.
Thanks.
Just around the corner.
It is.
All right, come back again.
Absolutely.
All right, now we're going to talk about something that good chance at one time in our life is going to affect us, and that is dealing with a loved one who is a senior who may not be doing all that well. And if you are a caregiver, sometimes you can feel like your back is up against the wall. I want to introduce you to Jerry Kiesling. Good to have you here, Jerry.
Thank you, Paul.
And you are a counselor for seniors. You're a counselor for senior caregivers.
Yeah.
And for family members who are dealing with seniors who are failing at this time or simply need assistance.
Right. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you have the care of someone else and the care needs get more and more and more over time. And it's really good to have someone you can go talk to and really decide, what do you need to do for yourself in that situation?
I think that's something that if you're a caregiver and you're very passionate about the person that you are entrusted to take care of, they're your loved ones. They've spent their lives with you. It's easy to forget that in order to be a good caregiver, you must also take care of yourself.
Definitely. And a lot of times, the person who's the caregiver gets counted last, and their needs seem to be pushed away to the end. And then they have no energy, and it's easy to feel a lot of guilt when they want to do things for themselves.
So the message that you're getting across here is that if you're a caregiver, you need to take a little bit of time for yourself. You need to pull away for a short period of time just to get your energy level back up and take care of your own needs.
Definitely, and that's what we do in counseling.
And that's nothing to feel guilty about.
Oh, definitely not. And that's something we process a lot in counseling is how can you feel good about taking the time for yourself and really making a place for you in this relationship as a caregiver.
Do you find that at times the caregiver is being, not intentionally, but is being made to feel guilty by the one that they're taking care of if they try to back away a little bit?
That happens. It happens from time to time. And I think the role of caregiver is very difficult for anyone. And just having that time in counseling to sit and talk about what you need can make a big difference.
Yeah. What do you see in people who come into you? To talk to you? What is the biggest problem that you're dealing with right now?
Well, as many caregivers know, caregiving becomes more and more time-consuming and more emotionally
the longer
taxing.
It goes on.
Definitely. And burnout becomes a problem, and guilt. Those are the two big issues that most people have.
Okay. If you're listening to us and you're dealing with a situation like this, just keep in mind there is help. There is help out there. People do care, and you don't have to feel guilty about taking some time for yourself. If you want more information on this, how can they get in touch with you?
They can go to my website at www.counselingmidmo.com, or they could call me at 573-238-8575.
Okay. And you keep in mind what you're doing for your loved one, caring for them is very important. It's part of life. It's part of giving of yourself. But in order for you to give the best care and treatment, you also need to take care of yourself. And don't feel guilty about that. We're out of time. Thank you, Jerry, for coming by.
Thank you, Paul.
Bye-bye.